Windows or Macintosh is what the commercials always ask you. Many people aren't aware of this, but there are actually other choices available to you. The Linux operating system was born in 1991 when Linus Torvalds wrote a new kernel, the brain of an operating system, for the GNU herd. It's based on the ideas of the earlier Unix operating systems. Most of the world's fastest supercomputers, Android and iOS devices, and even Apple computers are all based on Linux operating systems. So they're much more commonplace than you would think. For some, switching to Linux isn't the right choice. For others, I'm going to explain to you how you can get started using Linux to do all the things you already do. I've been a Linux user for 5 years. I primarily use Ubuntu. I've been a QA tester for the last 3 years, and for the last year I've been starting to get into the coding background of the Linux operating system. Through these different lenses, I have gained a great deal of perspective on learning about the particular details of the installation process, and now I'm prepared to share those with you. First, I'll explain how to get a Linux operating system installed, and secondly, I'll describe the process of setting everything up for the first time, and how to find everything you might need. First, let's discover what we need to do to get the operating system installed. The first thing you need to do is select a flavor. Flavor is the nickname for distributions, and there's many different distributions of Linux operating systems. Some of the most commonly acquired for new users are the Ubuntu operating system. It's very easy to install. Linux Mint, which has a very Windows-like feel to it. The Elementary OS is much more similar to Apple computers. Or the Steam operating system, which is much newer and has gamers in mind. One of the easiest places to get a distribution is to go to your local Barnes & Noble or Hy-Vee grocery store and pick up a copy of a magazine like Linux Pro magazine. They often come with installation discs that have a distribution ready to install right there. The more common choice is to go online, use your favorite search provider, and search for Linux distributions. You'll often find lists and comparisons going through the details of each one and help you pick one that you think you might like. Once you have found your distribution, then you need to choose your installation media. If you already got the magazine, then this is taken care of for you. You've got the CD. If you downloaded one online, though, you either have to make the choice of downloading and burning it to a CD, or you can put it on a bootable USB drive via freely available software. The next thing you need to do, make sure you back up all of your information. This is the most critical thing, because if you break something, your information may be unrecoverable. The next thing you need to do is put in your installation media and boot up your computer. The first thing you need to do there is likely to be going into your BIOS setup. This is when you first log on, or when you first turn your computer on, and it pops up. It'll say F2, enter setup, or something similar to this. You need to go in here and modify your boot order to make sure that it reads your installation media before the operating system on your hard drive. Next, during installation, you need to decide whether you're going to overwrite your current operating system or install it alongside of, called dual booting. This will let you run both operating systems at the same time, and you'll just have to make the choice when you boot up which one you're going to use. Once you've installed your operating system, you need to take a few moments and explore some of the pre-installed software. You'll find things like LibreOffice, which will have most of the features of Microsoft Office that you're already familiar with. Then you can check out the Ubuntu Software Center if you're using Ubuntu, or the repositories for whichever distribution you are using. This will have many other programs that will help you to become more efficient and to find all the things that you need to do. In some cases, you may actually need third-party software. In this case, just make sure you know who you're getting your software from and that they're credible and non-malicious. Last, you need to know where to go to get help. While some distributions, like Ubuntu, do have paid tech support, which will cost you money, most of the Unix and Linux community use forums for helping each other, supported by its user base. And that's the idea of the free and open source movement. It's freedom. Here you can ask questions and find answers to all of your technical problems. So as you can see, it's relatively simple to get started using a Linux operating system. Once inside, you can explore the options of what larger companies would have you believe are not even options. The process is fairly straightforward, and much as you would expect it to be. First, you pick a flavor, make your installation choices, find your software, and know where to go to get help. Through these 4 things, you will be able to get started quickly and easily. While choosing Linux may not be right for everyone, some may decide they want to head in a different direction. If you decide to make a leap and try this new thing, you may find it easier to accomplish than you had ever imagined.